Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Myst Masterpiece Edition. When last we left off, we did a bit of light reading with the Stone Ship Journal on the bookshelf of the Myst Library. Now, I did say in the previous video that we were going to try and use the clues that we gathered to try and find a way to reach the Stone Ship Age, but there is one more thing that we need to address in the library, and that is the red book over here on this side with a page next to it, and directly opposite it the blue book with a page next to it as well. So let us examine these red and blue books. The red book first. Well, it's another special book, except that the gateway image appears to be nothing but static of sort. So let's see if we examine the blue book. We also get static, blue static, while the red book had red static, obviously. Maybe that has something to do with the fact that these pages have been removed. So let's see what happens when we put this red page into the red book. Well, it obviously did it obviously did something, so let's see what's happened.
Why? Bring me a red page. I can't see. You red page, you must. Bring. I beg you, bring. Shh. I am serious. Give it up. There is one thing I need to rescue.
Well, that was fairly interesting. So apparently the man who appears to be trapped in this red book is none other than Cirrus, the name of one of Atris's two sons we heard in the message. So let's see what happens when we do the same thing with the blue book.
Serious? Are you? See you. Nah. Help me. Bring me blue pages. Never. Pages. I must have the blue page. Bring them to me.
And as we suspected, the man in the blue book is Cirrus's brother Achenar. So Cirrus and Achenar have been suspected of the destruction of the books in the Myst Library. So it stands to reason that the two brothers have been placed in the red and blue books pending judgment as to which brother is innocent or guilty. I believe that judgment was meant to be carried out by Atreus himself, yet the brothers are here in the books. They had a page from each of the books torn out and placed next to them, and as far as we're aware, Atreus is nowhere to be found. So that is, we now have another main goal, in addition to finding the remaining Ages of Myst, is to find out what really happened here on Myst Island. Now, we were continuing to getting back to exploring clues for the Stone Ship Age. We notice once again the well with the ship in it, that's surrounded with the pillars. There appear to be 4 on this side and 4 on the other side. Let's actually have a look. There's a cross that lights up red when I put my hand over it, and it turns green when I touch it, and red again. There's a leaf and an arrow. Are you seeing a pattern here, adventurers? That's right. We've seen these images before in the previous video. The representation of the constellations that Atreus noted down. Constellations, I hear you ask? Doesn't that mean the observatory might come in handy? Well, we've never really checked it out, so let's go inside and have a look at it again. And it's got dates on it. We also remember this from earlier because we found 3 dates on the tower when we rotated the tower to face the ship. So I'm going to have a look at my notes and see the 3 dates that I've written down. And hold on, I just knocked the microphone over. Forgive me for that. Bear with me, adventurers. So the first date is October 11th, 1984, 12:04 AM. So what happens when we go down to October? So 11 up there. This is a year. So we want to go to 1984. Hold on, that's 1914. So let's go down to 1984, and 10:04 AM. So if we go down to 10:04, it's 10:27, 10:12, 10:04 AM. And it appears to be doing something, although as you can obviously see, the screen is still blank. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that the light is on in the room, so because we never explored what this button does, so let's turn off the light and see what happens. And apparently there were stars and the music's disappeared, so we'll leave the room and go in with the cool music. So there are stars. Almost reminds you of the beginning of this Let's Play, doesn't it, adventurers? Who knows? Maybe this room does have some significance. Although I think it has more significance with Stone Ship than the mysterious fissure, but who knows? It's just a theory. And now we have the image of the constellation, which I shall note down, but it should already be familiar to you who've already seen the original video, the previous video that I uploaded. The constellation appears to be the form of a leaf. So now we have the first part of puzzle that we need in order to unlock the stone ship age. So now let's go back to January and get rid of this, music, unfortunately. I wish it keeps the music when you do the puzzle. January 17, 1207. So let's go back down to, let's go to 1207. There we go. 5:46 AM now. No, sorry about that. I clicked the wrong one. Get back up and down to 1207. Now when I say 5:46 AM. So let me get down there. 5:36. We want to go up to 5:46. And let's see what happens. And constellations again. And we appear to have another symbol, another constellation that I shall mark down on the notes. This one, I'm pretty sure if we were to examine the journal again, this one appears to be of a snake. It seems to, if you follow the pattern, it appears to be the snake in the journal and on the pillar. So that's 2 of the dates down. Now we go to the final date, which is November 23, 9791, which is a very, far away year indeed. So 97. Just let me get there. 9786, 9791, and 6:57 PM. So if we go down here to 6:57 PM and press the button again, we go to a completely different constellation. And we get the final constellation, which, if you were paying attention to the journal, it appears to resemble the spider. So this is the spider constellation that was marked in the journal, and which also appears on the 8 panels by the fountain where the ship is. So we have our 3 constellations: the leaf, the snake, and the spider. So let's turn on the light again and leave the room. Now let's head back down here, and we want to find the leaf first, which I believe was over here. So we click the leaf. Now we see we want to go to the other side and find, that's the spider, that's the third one, is the snake, that's the second one. Back down to the spider now, and let's see if this does anything. Well, there appears to be a sound of water behind us, so we've obviously done something right. And sadly we don't get to see what's actually happening behind us until after it's finished. But as you can see now, look what's happened. The ship has now risen to the surface by some unseen mechanism of sorts. But that's not all. If we go back to the dock and look over here, the ship has also risen. I wonder if we can actually use it to leave the Myst, conventionally I mean. It doesn't look likely. There aren't any sails, and I have no idea how to sail a ship, and I don't think it's a ship that sails. So let's go down into the cabin and see what treasures await us. Ah, it's a book. The Stone Ship Age book, to be exact. So, when we return, adventurers, we shall enter the Stone Ship Age. Until next we meet.